From the exact second they hatch, axolotl larvae face a brutal reality. Before they develop legs, these tiny amphibians aggressively hunt and cannibalize their own siblings just to secure their first meal. Survivors of that initial gauntlet possess a biology that defies logic. An axolotl can suffer crushed spines, lose entire limbs, or even have brain chunks removed, and it will completely rebuild that missing tissue from scratch, without leaving a single scar. When French zoologist Auguste Dumeril first studied them in 1864, he tried severing their feathery external gills. The creatures simply grew them back, revealing these extreme healing factors to a stunned scientific community. You can chop, crush, or cut them, and their bodies simply stitch themselves back together. Against physical trauma, they are entirely impervious. This absolute resilience evolved in the high-altitude ancient canal systems of Lake Xochimilco in Mexico, a place where they were revered by the Aztecs as literal swimming deities. Along the way, they developed a trait called Neoteny. Unlike other frogs or salamanders that eventually transition to land, axolotls skip metamorphosis entirely. They keep their larval features and live out their lives in an aquatic state of permanent youth. This chart contrasts the size of the human genome with the axolotls. Their DNA contains 32 billion base pairs, 10 times larger than ours. That massive genetic complexity grants them profound resistance to cancer, alongside their regenerative powers. So if we have an ancient, immortal, cancer-resistant creature that literally rebuilds its own brain, keeping one in a glass box in your living room should be effortless, right? Outside of the specific, highly oxygenated conditions of Lake Xochimilco, you will find that these biological marvels are incredibly fragile. Because they evolved in chilly mountain lakes, their captive water temperature must stay perfectly locked between 60 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit. If that water creeps past 72 degrees, their legendary regeneration shuts down, and lethal fungal infections take over their skin. Room temperature in most homes is simply too warm. Keeping them safe usually forces owners to invest in specialized, high-powered aquarium water chillers that run continuously. This resilience is highly conditional. It only functions inside a mathematically perfect thermal environment. That environment also requires exact dimensions. Adults can grow up to a foot long, requiring wide horizontal floor space to roam. A single axolotl needs a minimum of 20 gallons, with 40 gallons highly recommended. This biological cross-section shows what happens when they eat. They vacuum up their food, meaning any standard aquarium gravel gets swallowed whole, creating fatal intestinal blockages. The only safe options are ultrafine sand or a bare glass bottom. Even the water flow has to be engineered. Their feathery external gills demand absolute zero ammonia and nitrites, but standard filters create strong currents that cause severe stress, requiring gentle, specialized filtration. And because their skin and gills lack protective scales, direct sunlight damages them. Even the oils on human hands can introduce deadly bacteria to their delicate slime coat. They cannot be held or touched. Bringing an axolotl home requires becoming an engineer for a highly specialized closed ecosystem. Today, millions of axolotls are thriving in these carefully controlled glass boxes around the world, yet the original wild population is teetering on the edge of total extinction. Over the last century, aggressive human expansion, severe pollution, and the introduction of invasive fish into Lake Xochimilco have steadily erased their only natural habitat on Earth. They spent millions of years evolving the ability to regrow severed limbs and repair crushed spines, but those biological adaptations offered zero defense against human interference. Giving one of these smiling water monsters a home is a profound privilege, but it demands an owner who is willing to respect their strict, unyielding physical parameters. To find the exact feeding schedules, safe substrates, and vetted gear necessary to build a flawless tank, head over to the Krawlo Axolotl Care Hub. While you're there, subscribe to the free Krawlo Reptile Care newsletter to get research-backed advice and top product picks delivered straight to your inbox. Success isn't measured by their ability to heal. It's measured by the effort required to ensure they never have to.